Hey, how's it going, everybody? We are out here giving quotes. Had a couple of calls late last week. It's Monday. Just getting around to them now. And guess what we got quotes for, guys? Some more yard renovations. Yes, we do. They're also looking for kind of a routine maintenance, but they've got lots of stuff that they want removed and kind of just dirt, which is something that we've been dabbling into here a little bit. And this one's actually interesting because it's not necessarily all weeds that she wants removed. She wants some plants removed too. So it is pretty interesting, and it's just nice because this, especially when you can get one client who wants this extra stuff done. And I mean, especially with some of these weeding jobs, I mean, these are some big tickets here. So hopefully we can get them. We're on the northeast end of Grand Rapids right now, kind of by the Plainfield area. And then we gotta drive all the way across town over to Granville. And that person is also looking for some bush trimming and some weeding. And also a routine mow as well. So no, I think it's pretty interesting how, we're just kind of getting a lot of these calls in. It's nice because you don't necessarily need, it's like whatever it is, it fills the spot for a few mows, a few mowing clients. And it's just one person. So, like I said, we're getting these quotes done, both looking for some winterization of their yards here. This lady, she wants basically, landscape beds ripped out of plants. She wants us to leave one bush. She's got, it's not a big landscape bed, but it's, I guess, average size maybe for like a smaller yard. And thankfully she was able to come out and we were actually able to go face to face with it because I didn't know if she was home or not. So I started taking pictures of her around the yard, and I was going to have to send her an email and ask her a bunch of questions. But fortunately, she saw me walking around her yard, and we were able to come out and have a little face-to-face. But like I just said, I just kind of wanted to share that. It's pretty interesting how we're just kind of getting a lot of these yard renovation requests now. But yeah, it's we like it. It's a little bit more on the landscaping side of things, but it's not necessarily out of our realm, because one thing, especially over like the past year or two, you want to try to be able to be versatile. It's not what I'm looking for. You want to be able to service the client as much as you can, offer them as much services as you can, because then they might call someone else. They might want someone who can cut their lawn and do all this other landscape stuff. So it is nice that we've kind of been able to dabble into this side of the landscaping side of things here a little bit, and I'm enjoying it. I think we are too, because it's nice to get away from those machines every now and again. Landscaping is hard, depending on what it is. It can be harder work than being behind a machine and pushing a mower and whatnot, but just sometimes it is nice to just get away from the machines, pick up a shovel and just kind of do it like that. But like I said, it's nice. These are some big ticket items here, and we're getting to it. It's nice because, I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but it's nice because, like I said, you want to try to be able to provide as many services for your client as possible. For example, typically we don't do anything with rocks. We just don't. We'll do mulch and whatnot, but no rocks. I told her we don't do rocks, and what's her response? Oh, do you know anyone who does rocks? Okay, so it's that simple. If we would have got this phone call and she mentioned all this other weeding, bush removal and stuff that she wanted done, and if I said we don't do that, that could have been the end of the conversation right there, and she might have not have even wanted us for the routine lawn mowing. So I'm enjoying the process here. It's interesting because our experience level with these landscape jobs, I mean, yes, we do have some good experience with them, but it's always interesting because it's just estimating the jobs. It's like, how long is this going to take? Don't quite have it as down packed as we have mowing and edging and bush trimming and stuff like that, just because we haven't done it as much. So it's pretty fun just kind of going through these estimates and working them up in your head, and then take a step back and look at the total time of the job. And it's sound about right? Yeah. And then one thing also is, especially with these landscape and weeding jobs, if you are looking at something and you say, okay, this area is going to take 30 minutes to weed with 2 people, whatever, and you find yourself maybe it'll only take 15. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that, because you'll regret it, I promise. And one thing that I've learned with landscaping jobs, and I used to do some landscaping on the side, back with a guy who my mom was dating and whatever, and he helped me out. So I was able to get some landscape experience with him. But anyways, if you find yourself, if you look at it and you eyeball it, your first instinct's usually your best one. If you find yourself trying to talk yourself down on how long something's going to take, don't do it, because what I've learned, things go wrong. They do not go as planned, okay? You need to add in a little bit of a buffer time in there for something to go wrong, because it just is. Maybe this plant roots are deeper. Maybe you have to dig a hole around the plant and then cut the roots like that and then get the plant out. You just don't know until you actually get in there and do it. And especially working up with these estimates, we do have an hourly rate, but we never tell that to the customer, just because they don't need to know, they don't need to think about it, and don't even worry about it. So we give flat rate estimates. So especially when you guys do that, you need to allow yourself time for mess ups. If you don't, you're gonna be kicking yourself, and I've done it. I've kicked myself a bunch of times, and I don't like doing it. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to let you guys know we're out and about on the Monday. I'm all the way out here in the northeast end of Grand Rapids by Plainfield and Woodworth. And I got to take my happy butt over to Granville to give out this other estimate. I think this job, the one that I just gave, is probably a bigger job than the next one. That was a loud truck. Anyways, yeah, so just kind of want to share that with you guys. We are winterizing properties. It's August, middle of it, pretty much the end of it. Winter's coming. You want to get all these weeds, overgrown weeds, these bushes trimmed or removed or whatever it is. Winter's coming. Snow's going to be down. Leaves are going to be down here soon. So, yeah, it's just kind of interesting how you watch the demand shift in your market. It's not, in May, in June, you're getting your phone's ringing left and right because everybody and their grandma wants their grass cut. And it's seeming now in August and towards the end of August, people want their properties winterized. They want the overgrowth gone. They want these removed. They want this done, all this extra stuff, which didn't seem to come up earlier for us in this year. So it's just an interesting thing that I've kind of been able to take a step back here and notice about how the market is speaking. Seems to be, winterization. People are thinking about it. If you're not, you're missing out. Think about it. Try, to expand your services to be able to give an all-around service to these customers. And when I say that, don't bite something off that you can't chew, okay? Like for instance, we don't hardscaping. No, not us. outside of taking some landscape and making it dirt or putting down some mulch, or weeding, putting down some Roundup, that's about as to the extent of our landscaping goes. That's about it. You want something ripped out of there and you just want it dirt, I think we can do that. Usually it's not too complicated, but so yeah, just pretty interesting how you watch the market speak. Pay attention to it, guys. Pay attention to what people are requesting. Just yeah, so I hope you guys are having a good August. We definitely are. This August is definitely seeming like it's gonna come in better than last year, for sure. So far we've only, over the past months, comparing month to month as in year over year, like June 19 compared to June 18, we experienced minimal growth, and I know why. I messed up in the advertising budget, and where I basically put all my eggs in my advertising in one bucket. And just like investments and anything like that, you don't want to do that. So for the early months of this year, up into about July, kind of had all my eggs in one basket there, and what it was didn't work out quite like it did last year. It still worked, it was okay, but I wasn't diversified in the advertising dollar generating things. So that was something I was able to kind of look at the end of July, which is maybe a halfway point. And I was able to, oh my God, duh, stupid, right? Should have known that. But I'm happy I was able to realize it after July, made the adjustments, and August seems like it's kicking butt. But obviously you won't know until the month's over. But right now, the feeling is that we're kicking ass this month. So let me go get to this quote, because I got a bunch of stuff to do back at the office too. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Hope you guys are having a good August. We are. It's fun. Yeah, listen to your market.